Hi, everybody. It's me, Donshell. Today I have a very special guest. And your name is?
Reggie White.
All right, so Reginald and I have been friends forever, and we share a lot of similarities in our stories. And I just wanted to get his perspective on some things. So, Reggie, how long have we been friends?
Since the year about 90.
I want to say before. I want to say we've been friends since we were like 10.
Yeah, or be like 90.
Yeah. The math ain't mathing. I was never a math scholar. All right, so I remember we met each other. Well, we hadn't met each other, but we had conference together. We were in the AME church. He's still in the AME church.
I still play the organ.
Okay, I'm not in the AME church anymore, but we were in the AME church and it was conference. And it's like when all the different churches come together and we sing and we praise the Lord. Really beautiful. By the way, today we're having frozen margaritas. They're yummy. Yay. So,
midnight margaritas.
So, we were at the piano. He was playing. I was singing. And my sister came up. And he had a handful of rings, like the nicest rings. This is back in the day in the 90s where you wore rings. So my sister asked him if his rings were real. And he checked her. Like, and she called him Liberace. It was funny, but it wasn't because, you should never make fun of a person because you don't know their life and what they're dealing with and what they're going through. But Reggie and I became fast friends, and then we became family. We've been family forever. No matter how many months go by when we haven't spoken to each other or seen each other, once we see each other, it's all love. So last weekend was Reggie's birthday.
Last Saturday, yes. I turned 21 times 2.
And we went out to celebrate him. Some other friends that I grew up with that I hadn't seen in a while. So it was just a nice time.
It was a nice event. I didn't know it was going to be like that. I just thought it was going to be a few people.
They showed up and showed out for Reggie. I mean, it was even a fight at one point. I was like, oh, Lord, a fight. And I have my pickles, you guys. I love my pickles, so don't mind me. So good. Oh, these are the ones, honey. Wait until you taste that. Right? So, it was just a lovely time. And I'm working on my gospel album. And Reggie is the man with the keys. He's the man with the harmonies. He's the man with the ad-libs. He's the man. So, I asked him to work on my project with me. So, he stopped by today so that we can map some things out and figure out where we're going with this album.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to do a story time, and I thought it was perfect that he was here because his story mirrors mine. Like, we have so much in common, you guys. It's not even funny. And I wanted him to speak a little bit today about his journey with cancer, the gift that keeps on giving. So without further ado, I'm going to interject, but I want Reggie to tell you guys a little bit about him and his story. So, Reginald, you can start wherever you like.
Well, I was diagnosed with cancer in the year 2015, and it was a trying ordeal, although it was not told to me at first, but I didn't understand how all of this would work until I guess got into all of this, because I didn't know if you had cancer you were going to be able to live. I thought maybe I was going to die. And so I said, well, I don't want to do anything. So my journey at first was not to do anything and just live it out and however it comes. So that was it was my birthday month, right? September of 15. And it was not until it alarmed me after I went through several alarms that the body gives you to let you know that it's time for help. It's time for you to wake up and see what's going on. And so finally, when I had my last ordeal. It was kind of like unto death a little, and I had to take it serious because I was getting ready to die. I kind of like had a staph infection. And,
Oh, that's no joke.
right.
I've
and
had one of
septis.
those before.
Yeah, it was like
I had
awful.
sepsis too.
I had 106-degree temperature.
Honey.
I was getting ready to die. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
and you were about to check
I
out.
started hemorrhaging from my nose slightly, and they couldn't stop things. I didn't know what was going on. I kind of was maybe in limbo, maybe, like they said, because I didn't know. I think I was dying. And so then they brought me back and sedated me, and they said, we have to do, quick radiation and chemotherapy on you. And I said, well, I don't understand what all this is. And so they said, well, we have to see what's going on with you. And so they immediately put a port in my chest, and they started pumping me with all these fluids. And
can I ask you a question? Did you have anybody with you when you were going through all of this?
my mom was there, but I didn't tell her about a lot of different things because I didn't want to alarm her.
Right. No, I mean, did you have like someone at the appointments with you when they were telling you all of this stuff?
I had a guy friend with me I was living with, and he had went. His name is Nick. But it started to be a little overwhelming. So a lot of stuff I went on my own, and then it's not until I got really bad after I had surgery that I went to stay with my mom again, and then my mom helped me for like those 2 years.
Shout out to Auntie. She is amazing. I love his mom. She is the most beautiful soul. All right, so you start which did you start first? The chemo or the radiation?
They wanted to start the radiation and started shrinking, but he said he wanted to start the chemo too to make sure he was zapping everything because my cancer was a stage 3B. So I was getting ready to go into,
4.
And
yeah,
so
wow.
It was so rapid, and he seen how, from the scans, it was aggressive. He seen it was traveling, and so he was an older oncologist, and I was at first apprehensive about letting him, assist me with all of this, and after everything was said and done, he was the best because people, knew him, and they knew him from being when he was younger, being their oncologist when I would say his name, Dr. Gibbons. And they said, oh, he's world renowned, we love him. And when I had chemo, Dr. Gibbons had to go out of town to be a part of a seminar or something that he was giving for cancer research. And he said, I'll be back, and then he was that good. He knew how to diagnose whatever. He knew how to tell the nurses what to do with me. If he was there, he could be somewhere else, and he knew exactly
what you needed.
And he told me, he said, you're going to probably get another fever. By the way, because when you have that kind of teamwork, and you always get scans. You get scans every week so they can see how aggressive it is and how good it's shrinking and all that. And he said, by the way, my body was acting. He said, it's attacking very good and you're shrinking. He said, but it's attacking too much of your good and your white blood cells. He said, you're going to get sick. He foreseen it. I got so sick. This is when my mom got scared. I was already wet about $135. I was looking like Skeletor.
It's not funny, but if you've been through it, you get it.
Running around talking about hi guys. What's wrong? Looking like Ren and Stimpy. And so, I kept my spirits high, but my mom was looking at me, wheelchair away, and she just, she was a good sport with a lot of things, but it wasn't until I got really sick that time, and I was regurgitating the green, I think it's F50 or something, some kind of fluid that they give you, the chemo fluid. And I still have my port in my chest, and, I'll never forget.
I got my port taken out as soon as I said no more chemo. I hated my port. That thing was like pulling at my neck.
It hurts.
It's so uncomfortable. You never get comfortable. So kudos to you for being brave enough to keep that thing. I was like, no, take this out right now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, when they took it out, I went to a teaching hospital. So when they took it out, they numbed me. They didn't put me to sleep or anything. They numbed me. And okay, but he's describing everything he's doing to me. And that was just horrible. Do you see how her tissue has formed around and we're going to have to extract it? I was like, oh my God, I don't want to hear any of this. No.
The ventricles are.
Yeah, it was like scary. Another thing we have in common, our moms willed us to live. Because at the point where I was on the chemo, I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to do anything.
Oh, yeah,
I just laid there. And my mom force fed me, you guys, the same meal every single day. Zucchini and squash and onions.
Something soft.
Carrots. She would saute them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I had the same thing.
Something for you.
I didn't like it. But I'm happy that she was there to support me. Now let's get into, you found out that I had cancer. Did I reach out to you?
No,
Or did
I didn't
you hear
find
from
out
the...
you had cancer until we ran into each other and you were going through your chemo.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. Let me tell you. I had never did a lace front wig. You did my lace front wig for me because I didn't know what to do. He styled me up and he went to my chemo treatment with me. I remember he brought me lunch and we sat there and we ate and we commiserated because you understood. Like if you're not going through it, is so hard to understand. You can sympathize with somebody and you can, you know, feel for them, but if you're not going through it, you don't get it.
You don't get it, right?
I thought it was a death sentence at first. And people reached out to me, but the only person I felt that I could share this with was him because he'd been through it. He knew what I was feeling and what I was going through. You know, they want to tell you, you're not that hair, you're not that skin, you're the soul that lives within. But when your hair start falling out, you don't care about that soul within. You care about your hair falling out. You care about the massive amounts of weight that you're losing. Even if, like, I've always been a chunky girl, but I rapidly lost weight. Like, people thought that I was on drugs or something because I was not sharing with every person I walked into. Like, oh yeah, I have cancer, you know, but it was scary. Huh?
I don't know. Like
oh no, my straw broke, you guys. I broke my straw, so I'm just trying not to gulp it down, but it's delicious. Look.
Tasty. Right, drink up. Got me looking.
No, you don't.
A alcoholic.
No, he does not. This is so delicious, you guys. So you see how our times are when we are together. They're always happy and good times. And I'm so blessed to know you. I mean,
man,
gosh, we've been friends for 30-some years.
And
we still look like we're in our 20s. How's that? I was just telling them this story. I posted a picture of us from New Year's on Instagram, and my cousin messaged me like, ooh, you got a new guy in your life. I'm like, no, I've known this man for 30 plus years. Most of our family knows this man, and he's their family too. Like, everyone loves Reggie. He's always there when you need him. He's like, I don't know, like Batman or something. You know, you're not going to see him every day, but you put out that signal and he shows up. And that's what I love about you, because he called me on the Humble today and I was like, come over. I'll come get you. He probably wasn't even trying to be here as soon as he got here. And I was like, I'll come get you. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for always just being a good friend to me. A genuine friend to me. Like I said, we don't see each other every day, and most people don't. If you see your friends every single day, then you don't have too much else going on in your life. I'm not judging anybody, but I'm just saying, life, we all know life gets in the way. You start to do things that pull you away from the things that are familiar, and if you can come back to those things and it's still like it was.
Exactly.
Always. And I mean, we have some crazy stories. I'll probably have Reggie on here again because
You know, we talked.
Oh my gosh. You guys, we almost got into a fight. We were kids. Our parents had to come up to the school.
Oh my god.
Oh, his daddy had a belt. He was like, I'm gonna whoop your butt, boy.
You ain't talking about your daddy. I'll whoop your butt, boy.
Love you, Uncle Richard. Shout out to you. Rest in peace. Rest in heaven. You are always missed, but you live on through your beautiful children and grandchildren. Especially that grandson. Oh my gosh.
That man look like my dad.
Yes, he's so handsome. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is the little boy that was running around here. Big old head. But the exciting thing, like I was telling you guys, is I'm working on an album. It's a love letter to God. I don't know the name of it yet, but Reje is going to be my accompaniment, my musician. And I'm so excited because this guy, I mean, y'all don't understand. This guy, I could just start singing something.
She's the writer.
I could just make up something and start singing it, and he will have music for it. And I'd be like, oh my God, I didn't even know where I was going with that. How were you able to follow me? But he's always been able to do that. No, don't listen to that. So anything else you want to share with my audience of my 50 subscribers? Thank you so much, everybody who subscribed to my page. Guess what? We were trying to get to 50 so that I can go live and do a live hallway concert. It's coming up. And guess who's going to be featured? This guy here. Oh. That's right. He's going to be in the next hallway concert series. So give it up for Reginald. I don't have a clap track, but if I did.
For the hallway concerts. Woo-hoo! I love it.
Thank you. Well, like I said, I'm going to make a joyful noise to the Lord. And, you know, sister. It is what it is. You like it or you don't. You share it. I will hope you would share it with people because we're trying to touch somebody. Yes, we're trying to let them know that God is there and there is always hope. Yes. Through Christ, anything is possible and everything. And yeah, I'm on that word. I'm going to take another little sip of my margarita.
Wine time, wine time, wine time.
Wine time. We were going to do a wine time series, you guys, but then Reginald got gone on me again because this man is so busy. He is so busy. Like, he's busy. We're still going to do some stuff. If you guys want to see it,
yes,
you want to see different singers on here other than myself, musicians.
We're going to do it.
Funny stories.
Yes.
We used to make up songs as teenagers, like Cintos Manolitos.
And everybody knows about Cintos
Everybody knows about Cintos Manolitos, which is crazy because it was supposed to be Cinco Minutos, 5 minutes. But we were weird kids. We always were just doing something. Shout out to everybody again who's watching this. Thank you so much, Reje. Would you like to add anything else about your treatment? Where are you now?
Well, that was back in 15, and the year now is 23, so that's a vast amount of years. Everything is well.
Are you in remission?
Yeah, everything is good as of now.
Praise the Lord.
So it's more so just keep getting scanned. That's what I tell everyone. If you are a post-cancer survivor or never haven't been experienced this ordeal, go get checked. That's what I ask everyone. Men don't like to get checked. Get checked from the rooter to the tutor.
There you go. Don't wait until your arm falling off to go to the doctor.
Go get checked. If you know that you see a difference in your weight, being with men, if you're losing weight, and you can tell when you lost weight in your neck. So I'm talking to the men. Get yourself together. Check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
Right. Understand.
Freaky.
Understand that it happens when you least expect it. So just because you're in your 20s, it doesn't mean you escape it. It's because you made it to your 30s, don't mean you've escaped it. And so on and so on. It's very important. I love you guys.
And then remember again, you guys, to research. If you are given this diagnosis of cancer, whatever type of cancer it is, research it so that you can do what's best for you. You live in your body every single day, not the doctors. They're giving educated guesses, and some are better than others because I had an amazing oncologist too. But some people on my team were whack. So you need to make sure you're doing what's best for you and your body. You live in it every day. You know it the best. Okay? All right, well, Reje, I guess that's it for now. Nothing else you want to share or give to our viewers?
Just stay focused and be blessed and live in your you.
All right, I love that. Living your you. Yeah, because you're the only you that there is. God beautifully made you in his image.
Exactly.
But he did make us all the same. So with that, you guys, I guess I'm just going to say God loves you. We do too. And there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.
This little light of mine,
I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine.